It's the last week of Sober October. I know it's been rough for a lot of people.
Clear it, man. He does. Carbonation.
There you go, Sober October. Greetings from Podcastville. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by Athletic Greens. You go like, Joey, what's Athletic Greens? It's an awesome supplement that gives you big dick swinging energy. Listen, guys, if you're not starting your day off with a blast of vitamins, you already went down the fucking tubes. Go back to bed. But if you want to feel tip-top magoo, let Athletic Greens do the dirty work. They got you covered in all 5 critical areas: health, energy, immunity, gut health, and hormonal support. Who else takes care of you like that? Nobody, cocksuckers. And right now, members of the church family get a special offer. 20 free travel packs valued at $79 with your first purchase. Do me a favor, jump over to athleticgreens.com/church to get your travel packs today. That's athleticgreens.com/church. And before you do this, watch the movie Changing the Game on Netflix.
It's pretty crazy.
Let me know what you fucking think. It's pretty crazy. You'll see if you don't need your greens or not. The church is also brought to you by CBD Lions. Let me explain something to you yesterday. Got off stage in Newark at fucking 1, went back to my room, alarm at 3:30, car at 4, plane at 6, landed at 9, drove myself home, fucking got home, washed my pussy, did a little light workout just to get the sodium out, hit the bag under the sun, couple swings of the kettlebell, fucking went to a script writing class, and then went back home and hung with the family. Why? CBDLion.com. That's fucking why, okay? Whether it's the gummy bears, the tincture under your tongue, listen, they're the best out there. How do I know? Because I'm fucking living it at 56. So do yourself a favor. Go to CBDLion.com right now and press in church and get 20% off your first order. Number 2, listen, it's Monday. Already you blew it this fucking weekend by not betting fucking Houston, all right? MyBookie.com is here. MyBookie.ag. Of course, listen, we do this to make money. Nobody's gambling, so you go to the bar and tell your friends how cool you are. At the end of the day, it's about net motherfucking winners, okay? Listen, you didn't bet fucking Michigan against Notre Dame. You didn't bet fucking Houston. You didn't do a lot of things you were supposed to do, and you could have made some easy money. MyBookie.ag. Because listen, where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on. If you're trying to bet on the NFL, baseball, UFC, MMA, Bellator, whatever the fuck you want, MyBookie's got it. Plus, they got something your bookie ain't got. Side bets, prop bets. You could switch your bet after kickoff. I mean, listen, do you know you could bet on games after kickoff? If by the second half it looks like your bet's going to lose, you could always take the other side. Your bookie let you do that? No. So do me a favor. Go to mybookie.ag. Double your first deposit right now. Use promo code CHURCH to get 100% bonus on your initial deposit up to $1,000, all right? I'm taking care of you today. That's it. It's fucking November. That's it. Yeah, Halloween's Thursday, tricky, and you're still walking around with rabid fucking pockets. Cut this shit. Listen, every week you bet yourself 3-4 net winners, $100. Who's better than you? You're going to walk away with a little salary. Even if it's $1,200, you pick up a couple people on Uber. You got yourself, nobody knows nothing. You're under the radar. You sell a couple pills to people. You're ready to go. Listen, mybookie.ag. Today is the way to go. And don't forget our promo code is CHURCH, CHURCH, when creating your account to claim your bonus. Listen, you play, you win, you get paid. That's mybookie.ag. Kick this motherfucking mule, Syatt. Are you fucking kidding me or what? You got to get that fucking blood bouncing. You know, whether you have Spanish blood or not, one of your grandmothers sucked the Spanish dick at one time or another. Stop kidding yourself. It's a church of what's happening now. We're coming out the gate on a Tuesday morning. For starters, I want to thank you if you came to the Stress Factory in New Brunswick this weekend. You motherfuckers were off the chain. If cameras were there, fuck everybody. We would have had a great special, but that's what made it better. No cameras were there, no nothing, just you savages. It was great to see my family. It was great to see kids that I was 15 with. We talked about robbing a van. We did a bunch of shit. So he just said, I love it. One of my friends shows up and he sits in the front row. Now you guys could ask him if what the fuck I'm talking about is true. And this kid was right. He didn't live next door to me. He lived next door to next door.
Okay.
So him and I and his brother, God rest his soul, we fucking ran together every day. And he used to have a lot of acne. And I remember one day he had a pimple above his lip.
Good.
And it was a white head with a black head in it.
Oh, God.
And he bit into a hamburger and the pimple broke.
Oh, no.
You'll never forget that. As long as I could live to be 180.
Oh, God.
And I still remember that pimple busting like a little package of mustard right on his ham. And he just ate it like nothing. Because he didn't know it. That little mustard seed was tremendous.
Like 40 years later, he still can't live it down with him.
I didn't say it.
Oh, you didn't bring that up?
No, his skin looked great.
That was in and out.
It looked fucking tremendous.
Oh, my God.
His skin looked tremendous. But at that time, we would torture him
I
all
was
the
going to
fuck.
say, what did you call him?
I don't even know. But he used to be funny. Like, he was a naturally funny guy. And we had a kid that had big ears.
Right.
And I remember one day we were sitting there with stoned to the gills. And the kid was very sensitive. And everybody would call him Big Ears, and he would lose his mind.
Right.
And this kid, Michael, was doing something. And I saw him take 2 albums out of their covers, like 2 regular,
Right.
that you put on a photograph.
Right.
And he took a newspaper and he opened it up. So it was like a newspaper with an album cover on this and an album on this side. And he goes, "Who am I, Sabatino, reading the paper?"
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We fucking died of laughter. But I told the story about my first Me Too experience, which I had never told before. It happened in 1979, so you can't press charges.
What happened? Tell us. Come on.
Me, him, Carlos Perez, Dominic Special, and this other kid. My mother wasn't home, and we got fucked up on crystal THC, a.k.a. angel dust.
Divided by the square root.
Divided by the square root. We drank a bunch of shit. We drank like a case of nips in an hour and a half. That's 8 beers apiece. It was like 5 of us. We drank like 9 or 10 beers.
Yeah.
We did like a pint of Southern Comfort.
Oh, God.
We were fucked
good
up,
stuff.
and we smoked a bunch of dope. They were going to a party, but I had a crush on this lady. There was 2 girls in my neighborhood named the Cardinelli sisters, who were fine, and one was better than the other one. The older one was engaged, the kid that was basically my brother, and the other one was just a beautiful, beautiful girl that dated a couple guys from the neighborhood. I never had any sexual encounters. We grew up together. We were Goombas. I really liked Kathy. But her mother, the apple don't fall far from the tree. The mother was banging. When I was 13, the mother, was the hottest thing on the planet to me. Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah,
those Farrah Fawcett.
Cheryl Ladd kind of looking.
Yeah, but this motherfucker was in front of me every day. She had big, real fucking titties, and she'd wear a halter top.
Oh, yes.
And she had a flat stomach with shorts, and she'd wear flip-flops. And her feet were always dirty, but she had 2 French poodles that were blind. So she'd have to cross the street with them and lay them down in the park. And we'd be playing basketball, and I'd throw the basketball over just so it would slide next to her, so I could see her titties. And you're at that age when you're just going home. Like, I would see her tits and have to go behind the tree and bang one out. You're at that age where you just got to jerk off because you can't take it no more. You got to bang one out.
Outside?
No, inside in the mausoleum. Yeah, outside. That's how hot she was, Lee. When you're 13 and you're a young man, 13, 14, you're going through a bag of fucking emotions. And I came from a Catholic neighborhood. So it wasn't like girls were giving up shit. And I wasn't looking to get it because I came from a Catholic neighborhood. So you're walking around, but your insides are telling you something different.
Telling you good things.
You want to fuck and suck and, but you don't know about coming in mouths yet and coming in people's eyeballs. You just want to crack a nut when you're 13, So, she was the prettiest thing I had ever seen in my life.
Was she single?
No.
She was divorced?
She was divorced with Mr. Cardinelli, but now she had, if she was 37, 36, her husband was about 55.
Wow.
He had do-re-mi, but he knew how fine she was. So he would sit on the balcony and watch her while she would walk the dogs. And if you got too close to her, he would go, "Hey, get the fuck away from my wife," because that's how fucking fine she was. So for a year, I knew her since I was 10. You know, I developed around her, but she was just
banging, huh?
and there was no fake tits back then. It was 1975. Something.
Yeah.
This incident happened in 79. She had big fucking juicy titties.
Right.
But I also noticed something else, that whenever I was playing basketball at night,
Right.
and she would walk the dog, her husband wouldn't come on the balcony. So this would be my chance to get her alone. So at night, So at night I would talk to her. I would go to the basketball courts just to watch her come out like at 10:30.
Right.
And then I'd talk to her. How you doing, Miss Cardinelli? And we'd talk a little bit. And I'd check her out. And at night she was even. Some nights she just wore a bikini top.
Yeah, great.
Like she just had a great body, guys. So I'm going through all this shit at home, puberty, back jerking off. And after about 6 months, I said, "That's it. Like I've had enough. I'm fucking Faye. Like I'm fucking Faye. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But I'm fucking Faye. I mean, I was in love with her. Jesus. So I went out with those guys to my house. My mother wasn't home. We got fucked up. We listened to both sides of Led Zeppelin too. We were fired up. And they went to a party, and I went and hid in Faye's bushes until she came down the stairs, and I had like little flowers and shit.
You're not hiding in her bushes.
I sweat on my mother's grave. Why would I lie to you? You want the fucking truth? I'll tell you the truth.
Guitar.
You're a kid. You don't fucking know.
Flowers.
You don't fucking know. That's why I think it's unfair. Listen, if a producer that's 50 and you're 40 on the set, but if you're going to come at me for something I did in college or high school, you're just learning your masculinity.
Right.
If he didn't stick it up your ass and beat you to death with 12 other guys, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? If he grabbed your teddy or took his dick out in front of you when you're 18, a man doesn't even know his masculinity. They don't even know that you get these feelings. You know, I think about it now because I wrote a joke about it. One night I was thinking about, you know, how hard it was for me at that age. Like, the hard-ons and the fucking... and the wanting to have sex, but you can't because you're Catholic. You know,
you're going to hell, me.
Like all that. You know,
half erect. You're forgiven. Or
no,
full erect.
Who the fuck knows? I mean, I'm just saying that you just feel like you're in the middle of this thing. You don't know whether you could fuck or suck or be evil, and then one day you go fuck it. I'll just start, you know, sucking titties and talking about it in confession. Right. And then I would go to confession on Sundays or Saturdays at 5.
And you have to tell on yourself? You'd have to say, like,
like I suck some girls' titties. Oh, yeah, the Lord says you cannot fornicate till you're married. Whatever the fuck the rules were. Go give me 5 Our Fathers. After you suck a tit for 5 Our Fathers, fuck it. I'll keep sucking tit and banging bitches. And then you just forget to mention it because what are you going to talk about it for?
Oh, my God.
So, you know, I was going through this thing and I was in love with Faye. So I got flowers. Like a bouquet of like dandelions, like some bullshit bouquet. And I just hit in the weeds. And I saw her come out with her hot pants and her flip-flops and her little halter top. And I didn't know whether to tackle her. I was thinking about tackling her and giving her the flowers because the dogs are blind. They're not going to bark. They're just going to be walking around like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? They ain't got like little blind sticks. So as I was creeping up on her, she turned around. And she goes, Coco, what are you doing out? And I go, Faye, listen, I'm in love with you. And I just blew her mind. Like, she knew me as a little kid. She's like, what are you talking about?
Flowers and all.
I go, Faye, I just want to run away with you.
You said that, really?
Yeah. Oh, like, I said those exact stupid words. You know?
Right, that's a good one, though.
Listen, we never...
a good line.
I never forget when I say a good... When I say a good joke, I forget it.
Yeah.
It's when you say something stupid to somebody. That it reminds you for the rest of your life. Like you're sitting there going, I hope they don't remember.
And what,
in 83. Yeah.
When you run away with me, you drive.
Did you run away with me? And she's like, what are you talking about? I go, I just run away with you and we'll go somewhere and I'll get a job. I'm like, I just want to be with you. And she's like, are you fucking? She didn't say that. She knew I was young. And she's like, well, that's very sweet of you. She goes, what I'll do is this. If me and my husband have a problem, you in mind. Like she's just trying to.
Oh, okay. That was a kind of.
I'm surprised you didn't murder the poor guy.
No, and I just stood there like beet red. And she took my flowers, and I go, Faye, I really love you. And then she got it. I could tell, like,
got scared or spooked?
She had that Harvey Weinstein face to her. She was a little scared. You know, I'm 13.
I really like
just
you.
Said, can I kiss you? And she goes, yeah, kiss me on the cheek. And I kissed her on the cheek.
Yeah.
And then I sat there for like 3 more minutes and stared her down. And she's like, "Are you okay?"
I want your clothes. I want your tits.
And after she let me kiss her, my dick was hard, my face was red, my blood was.
How tall were you?
I had
13.
adrenaline. I was 5'10".
Okay, all right.
And I fucking said to her, "Can I touch your leg?" Like, that's my Me Too story.
Yeah.
And I bent over and I touched, like, right above her kneecap.
Without her saying yes, or she said yes?
She said yes. She's like, yes. Like, if it lets you go, like, type deal. If touching my leg makes you get the fuck out of here, go ahead. And I touched, like, above her kneecap.
Right.
I felt every sperm I had come out of my pants, and I just ran home like fucking like Steve Seagal. You know how Steve Seagal runs like a fag. He ran
like a doll.
I ran the fuck home, and I just fucking.
Here we go, goop.
I saw her like 3 days later, and I'm like, "I'm sorry," and she's like, "Ah, it happens all the time," and that was it. Yeah. And then, but about 2 years ago, I'm at lunch with her son-in-law.
Okay.
And I go, "How the fuck is Faye doing?" And he goes, "She's still 80, and she's still alive." She goes, "She lives with us." And I go, "I ever tell you the story? I almost raped her one night." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I told him and I are laughing. He's like, "I got to tell you something." I go, "How's she looking these days?"
Yeah, right.
And he goes, "She don't look fucking bad for 80. She still has great tits. She still has a great ass. She's just wrinkled up." But he goes, "She's horny as fuck." I go, "How do you know?" He goes, "'Cause she's always talking about it at dinner."
Yeah.
So one night I'm sitting, after I tell him this,
Oh, God.
I forget about him, and a month later I get a call, and it's Bobby. And I go, "What's up, Bobby?" He goes, "Hold on, somebody wants to talk to you." And he put her on the phone, and she's like, "Where the hell are you when I need you? Now I'm horny." And I'm like, "Ah." I'm like, "How you doing, Faye?" He's like, "Thank you for telling Bobby that story. I had forgotten about it and shit."
Holy.
Yeah,
Man. That's how would you tag that, man? Just jump in there, pull those diapers down.
I didn't fuck it. Oh, she's 80. Who the fuck knows? What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just
you look good. I
thanks,
can see that you're working on your build.
Yeah, I'm working on doing a few pull-ups, and then I,
How's the program working?
Program's working okay. Let's see here. I hit the meetings once in a while, but man, just going to the meetings, you just got to get the right one because I'm just sick and tired of, "Hi, it's my birthday." Those kind of meetings, and then the other ones I'm going to are just pretty good. I mean, you got your regulars and stuff like that, but
you clean? You drinking?
I'm clean, but I'm drinking water. But
okay, you keeping away from the evil?
Yeah, I can walk through Rite Aid pretty well, and just walk right past the liquor. But why do they have yellow caps? Always thinking, why would they put yellow caps on vodka? Wonder, just pondering, But
how long you been clean from the powder for?
I would say I'd say over a year.
And how do you feel about it?
Well, I feel I can get up a little more. I get up early in the morning now. And
I noticed that this morning. You got me back at 8:35.
8:35. But then I go back and take a little nap, get a little cereal, take a nap, and then I just I get a hard on now. So I take the vitamins and stuff like that.
You sent me the garlic. I take
the garlic, yeah.
3 of those. How good are the farts? I blast them.
It's tear gas.
Oh my God! I farted on him the other day. This poor bastard.
Right.
And it sounded.
So I have you to thank for those, Pablo.
What's that?
I have you to thank for the garlic tabs.
The garlic tab. Yeah, but they're odorless. But
No,
I guess
no, they're not.
And they really work.
Oh, actually, you can feel the
when
difference.
You sent me that, I thought, and the powder that you sent me.
Right.
Thank you for the water. Who the fuck sends you water?
I know the case of the water.
I got a case of water in the mail. Who sends you water? Pablo. That's the guy. That's the type of guy this motherfucker is. But I read up on the garlic, and I got to tell you something. I felt the results.
You can feel it after about
3 weeks later.
Right.
I felt the results at kickboxing. When I have to do anything cardio.
Right.
I feel that it. I always have. I'm old. And I smoke pot. And my lungs are in bad shape.
Right.
I always have a fear the first 15 minutes.
Okay. After you do cardio.
When I'm kickboxing.
Okay.
Like if I'm doing the mitts or something.
Right.
The first 3 or 4 rounds, I have a weird feeling to me.
Right.
And then the next 3 or 4 rounds, once I get to the 6th or the 7th, I loosen up.
Right.
Since I started the pills, I think I'm getting more blood flow.
Yeah,
because I have more endurance in the 7th and 8th and 9th round now.
Right.
I'm kicking and punching harder.
Right.
So I can feel that I'm just not doing it for form. I'm actually
So you're feeling it different. You feel it clear. Okay.
So, and then I watched that documentary the other day, Game Changer.
Yeah.
And I've been really thinking. Did you watch it, Lee?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It makes sense. It makes sense. So the whole thing is that a plant-based diet really helps with your blood pressure and all the stuff in the meat. It's very frustrating as someone who struggles with weight. How they were saying like, oh, doctors, you just say have chicken and fish, and even that's not really good for you. So it's like, it's amazing how little we know and how like it can have that big of a difference. Like the blood pressure that they showed, how it went down and all that. It's and it was interesting how they were saying, oh, well, we think we're meat eaters, but maybe they had the occasional meat, but it's most of the time it was probably just veggies. And it's I don't know, it's kind of weird. It got me to think, and they didn't really talk about this, but we're like the only animals that eat for pleasure. Everyone else just eat. If you see a dog, they just eat what they're eating. It doesn't really matter. And we're like, meat tastes good, but obviously does some negative things for you.
I know meat for me at my age, at night I feel it. Do I feel it the next day? No, I don't know what the fuck people are talking
your stomach's
about.
full.
I feel sugar the next day. I had dessert the other night for the first, 4 ways. We shared spoons, and I had dessert, and I felt the sugar the next day. In fact, I felt the sugar that I had to go work out just to sweat it out a litlittle bit.
Yeah, you can take a long walk.
Besides that, it feels really good. It's weird that you haven't transferred, because the whole thing about really ending an addiction is transferring that addiction.
Yeah, you can take it and put something in its place, yeah.
For me, it was going back to working out. I like it, I enjoy it. It keeps my powder dry.
Right, gotcha.
It keeps my powder dry, whether it's a half hour, hour and a half, a class, hitting the bag at the Y, just something that I could put the phone away.
Right.
That's we're essentially escaping.
Right.
When we're doing a 12-hour fucking run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now I do little escapes. What's an escape? Not having any responsibility for an hour.
Right.
And that's, you leave your phone in the car. Uh-huh. I know my wife is home if something happens at the school or somebody's got to pick the kid up.
Right.
That's peace of mind.
Absolutely.
That little hour means so much in your life. Mm-hmm. When you're a young comic, your mind is obsessed with succeeding and the industry and your agents. And then one day you turn to be 40 and you're here 15, 20 years and you see as long as you stay active and stay true and keep writing, you're always going to have a job.
Yeah.
You're always going to have work, and you got some years, becoming Kevin Hart is a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Becoming successful, just being successful and happy is what you're striving for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy. I'm, like I told you in the beginning, I get a lot of emails from people who are struggling with addiction. Right. And they listen to the show and they feel better. It overcomes them. If anybody had an addiction he couldn't shake for a long time beside me, it's you.
Oh, yeah, man. It was fun. It was all about having fun, man. For me, I remember my daddy.
Can you get a little closer, Paulo? Yeah. Hear it.
It was all about having fun with me. I mean, the thing was, I didn't have no problems with my childhood. My daddy didn't touch me in my ass or anything like that. I just was basically having a good time, and it just rolled over. My friends
How old were you when you started drinking?
I started drinking 15 years old. Started pounding.
When was the first time you did a line of coke?
I did a line of coke at my history teacher's house. He used to be a free enterprise in history at our high school, and he ended up living down the street from us, and we just partied with him. And I did Metallica's Master of Puppets came out, and I was like, did my first line. I was like, lips got numb. Teacher was there. It was all good, man.
How old were you?
I was 16.
16.
Yeah, dude. Rat came out, and it was just the best. Motley Crue, just doing lines and just a little potting lines all the time. I could take it too. I was good. I had a good, metabolism back there. But then after a while, man, oh God, going in this class stone, and oh my God, thinking you're gonna get busted, and you're just like, just looking around like that, and your friends are looking, dude, your eyes are red. I'm like, oh God. And I thought I was gonna get busted in English class first period, and I was just like blazing. I was going, oh my God, I got so stoned. everyone's looking at me going, man, are you stoned, man? If you look high. And then the teacher comes and goes, you know what? It's going to be a movie today. And the lights go down. I went, oh, saved by the whole thing. So that's how, I mean, never got high in high school, right? Only like that one time. But on the weekends, I just go.
Before this, what's the longest you've been clean before this?
Almost 2 years.
And what made you relapse that time?
Found it in my house, so in between some books, and just came out and just had the day off. And it's been, a year and a half. Why not do a little bit, maintain it? I just did 2 days with it and drank, oh my God, tons of beer, and then just went back to sober again. But, just doing a bong right now. Whew, I'm like, I'm trying to get cotton mouth with that kind of stuff.
It's so weird. I'm about 2 weeks away from not doing coke for 12 years.
No way, really.
2 weeks away.
Wow, you're counting that high. Jeez. Good Lord, man. Good for you, man.
When I was the old me, I think they told a story on Ari and Red Band's podcast,
right,
about me slamming the computer on Red Band's finger. And I called Brian the other day, and I go, I don't know if you knew this, Brian. That was my 3rd month of sobriety.
Oh, really?
That was January of 2008, and we were at Cobb's Comedy Club.
Right.
And, I got clean like November 10th or something like that of 2007.
Was just blow?
Just blow.
Right.
Just blow alcohol. I wasn't really a drinker.
Right.
My thing was that cocaine by myself. And
how would you come down? Just smoke weed? Or?
I'd smoke weed. I'd maybe a pill.
Okay.
Whatever you had, But the pills would take me somewhere else. It's funny, I watched Dolomite last night.
Okay.
And he says a line in the beginning of that. They're at the diner, and he gets upset, and he goes to his car. And he goes, I've been here all this time, and nothing has happened in my life. And he goes, whatever I'm selling, nobody's buying.
Right.
And the way he said it, and the way he meant it, as a comic, you get to that point one day.
Yep.
Where you're like, whatever I'm selling, they don't want to buy it, whether it's a script,
right,
my act, I'm just fucking death, and
right.
He becomes, for me, that was what made me quit. Like, I was like, I either have to fucking do this, or they're not buying what I'm selling no more.
Right.
Like, yeah, I lucked out and picked up some movies and shit like that, but I'm not going to pick them out anymore because the word's going to get out.
Right.
The word's going to get out that this is a big problem. I had already had problems that said The Longest Yard. I had problems in the set of this other movie. I quit this job over, and I could lie to everybody and say that, yeah, I had another job doing Mountain Dew, but I canceled that fucking movie that time the people came to my house and I pushed the producer. Yeah. That was all cocaine induced.
Wow.
That was all cocaine induced, Yeah, I'm snorting coke till 6. You're going to come bang on my door at 9.
Oh, no.
I'll stab you in the lung. And then when I tell you to go away, you keep banging on my door. I got a banging headache. I feel bad enough. The dealers already called me twice because I didn't put the $50 in the saddle and took the coke.
Right.
I need you knocking on my door to go do a fucking movie down the corner about the dumbest thing I've ever heard about my life.
Right.
The word's going to get out.
Yeah, it will.
Eventually the word's going to get out. And I didn't want it to get out. And if it did get out, I wanted to correct it with those people,
Right.
Like after I got clean, I wrote a letter to Adam like a year later.
Right.
And he put me in a movie. I could write Adam a letter and next thing I'm in one of his movies.
That's cool, man.
Like an apology letter or whatever.
Right.
But that whole incident in Cobb's happened because I was still running a little shaky. 90 days ain't shit.
Right.
90 days, this thing could turn at any minute. And I know now from talking to other people who have gone what we've gone through that it could change any day. So I have to check myself every day.
Right.
I've had it around. I know people have had it in their pocket.
Yeah.
I know it's at certain places that I frequent, but it doesn't affect me. I can't think of going back to that life.
Oh, yeah, it's...
I can't think of... First of all, I think I would die of a heart attack
Yeah,
right
man.
Right off the bat. Like at this age, with what I've done and how hard I've done to repair everything, the garlic pills, the cardio.
Right.
I think that like this podcast would not still be intact if I was doing blow. There's no way.
It will go a lot quicker.
No. Nobody would show. This poor kid would still be here 2 years ago, sitting here waiting for him. Who shows?
No shit, Mom.
When you're on coke, it's a 50-50.
It's just a 50-50 chance. You're going to show up. You're not going to do
50-50.
it.
You do any plans with me, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
And like, so I know you now, or at least I feel like I know you pretty well. And like, you're punctual. You get mad. Like, you don't like when other people. You're very on your calendar. Like, would you feel bad about it in the time? But you're just like, I can't leave the house right now. I'm too fucked up. Or
it just it changes to the point where you think you can probably ninjutsu your way out of it. Get out of the situation. You can probably blame it on traffic, but I said stupid. Had stupid excuses. Hey man, my arm fell off. That kind of thing, and I really believed it. So hey man, my arm fell off. But you get sick all the time.
I just remember. There was a time where I could not sleep, stop doing coke at 4, and get in the car at 6:15 and go on a plane ride. Feel a little creepy at the airport. But as time went on, the addiction turned into something different. And it got to the point that if I was high till 4, I wouldn't even leave the house at 6. Like I would call the comedy club and say, I'm getting on the plane. I'm headed to the airport, but I wasn't even leaving the fucking house. I did it to about 4 or 5 comedy clubs before they caught on, I think I did it to Joe one time, and you see how I am about comedy now, and you're like, I can't see that. It wasn't me. It was whatever I was doing that was, the last year I canceled 8 gigs the Friday of.
so let's say you were supposed to leave Friday. Thursday night or Thursday during the day, you're like, okay, I'm not going to get high tonight. I'm not going to get high. And then at the last second, you're like, fuck it.
Fuck it. Let me go get a package. I'll be fine.
All depends how good the show is. If you rock, you want to re-up.
No. But I'm talking about even getting down there.
Oh, getting down there.
I wouldn't even make it to the plane. Like I would leave, and I'd have the owner of the club waiting for me at the airport, calling me, going, where are you? And I'm going, my plane got delayed. We got debunked to Oklahoma, and now there's a tornado, and they're still going to go, we'll come in tonight, we'll replace you tonight, coming for tomorrow. And I would still make up a story. Like, it was that bad. And I think of my life now, if you made plans with me to see me at 1 in the afternoon, it was all 50-50.
Even during the day.
Yeah, I didn't do it in the daytime. But when you wake up at 8 and you have the depression from the night before, or you go to bed at 8 in the morning, I go to bed at 8. I would, the last year, I would stay up until Terry would wake up to go to work. And then the last half hour she was there, I was just faking I was sleeping with my eyes closed. Meanwhile, my heart's pounding in the fucking bed, and she's getting ready around me. And as soon as she would leave, it was like a breath of fucking relief.
Yep.
I could open my eyes and jerk off one more time and try to fall back to sleep. So I don't dread those things. I don't dread fucking over people, because that's the only towards the end you're fucking yourself over, but more or less you're fucking people over.
Right.
And this isn't just myself. I heard he'll tell you. I think Artie will tell you the last year, the last day of crashing, he just didn't show. Rest in peace. I love him with all my heart. It's well documented. And this is where our fucking world falls apart. Right. Dan Lafini would disappear for 3 days. Come back and pay for the production. I know a friend, he did it to his movie, and he gave him $120,000 for the day of production. And I know for a fact he did a movie in New Orleans, and he went out and supposedly somebody slipped him a pill at the strip club. They couldn't get a hold of him. He had to pay for the whole day of production on a Sean Penn movie, $250,000.
Wow.
You know, that's your nature to disappear. I would disappear for 3 days, Lee, where you couldn't. And there was no cell phones
Nope.
in the 80s. You just called the house.
Right.
I don't like
Disappear.
Is there a way to describe it to someone? Like, I'm trying to like, because to me, I can't even wrap my head around it.
Who's an attractive? Let's just say Kate Quigley.
Okay.
Kate Quigley. Okay. Friday, you go out, you get your paycheck for $800 for 2 weeks, and you go out and spend $500 on coke, a bag, because Joey's supposed to split it with you. But I got fucked up the night before and spent the money from that coke. So now you're stuck with the whole 7 grams. And you go to the comedy store, who do you bump into? Kate Quigley. She's got a dress on. You could tell she's got a thong on. You got 2 lines in you. So Kate Quigley's looking completely different than what she looks like to you now. Kate Quigley's now your friend.
Yeah.
When you look at her on cocaine, she looks like a victim. Like she's just what do cheaters go after?
Yeah, those.
Gazelle prey.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's just prey. So now let's pretend you went to Pablo. Mm-hmm. And you said, Pablo, give me that 7 grams on the arm. I'm going to sell it to Joe Diaz. I'm going to make a profit. Mm-hmm. So now, even though you got it in your pocket and you're going to make a profit on Joe Diaz and you still owe Pablo $500, you're going to look at Kate. And I'm just using Kate as an example because everybody knows that she's a pretty girl. I could use 1,000 other girls, but Whitney Cummings, whatever. You look at her, you know, they got a thong on, they bent over. You know, they do coke. You give them a package, you make them go to the bathroom. They do 2 bumps, they come back, they tell you the coke is great. And then they come back, give you 2 more. Now it's 3 in the morning. Now where we're going to go? I live in Studio City and I got another 7 grams up there. Kate Quigley or whoever it is going to come up there with you.
Yep.
Now, the first gram that you do, you're okay because you're in profit.
Yeah, right.
You're just losing a little profit. You still got Pablo's money tomorrow. But next thing you know, you talk Kate into taking the top off. And you want to do 2 bumps off her tits. She's snorting. Pretty soon, you're like,
things.
okay, fuck Joey's Pablo. Now we're moving on to fucking Pablo's money. Even though you and Pablo are best friends, you grew up with Pablo. That addiction makes you tell Pablo to go fuck himself. Even though in real life, you would never tell Pablo's your best friend. And Joey's your best friend. But you just selling your soul right now for Kate, her pussy, and that cocaine. Now, you know how long that lasts to do all that coke? Friday from 3 in the morning to Saturday night at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you guys pretty basically stay in all afternoon, maybe go for a walk to get beer.
Right.
And go right back to do that coke every 20 minutes. And talk shit, fuck, suck, whatever you got to do. Now, Sunday morning, Kate, you wake up at 2 in the afternoon, Kate's gone. You look at your phone, you got 6 missed messages from Pablo. Joey hasn't called. Joey called last night because he got money the night before. Mm-hmm. So you give up so much for this addiction. Like you sell.
Put a lot of effort into nothing.
It's a lot of effort into nothing.
And especially
besides fucking your friends. Now you gotta go face Pablo and make up a lie to Pablo that the cops pulled you over and took it.
The bitches took it or some shit.
You got no money and you'll pay them $50 a week for 18 weeks.
Well, you've talked to me or told stories about times when, when you didn't even want the girls to come over, so it was just you by yourself.
There was a point where because the addiction keeps growing. That's what people don't understand. Pablo's clean a year, but inside of him, that addiction has grown.
Oh yeah.
That's why so many. Well, I'm lying to you. Like when people go back to heroin, they shoot the amount they were shooting before they went to rehab, and they get a heart attack. Right. They OD because it was their tolerance went low. Right. You know, your tolerance goes lower and lower.
But your desire for it keeps growing.
Keeps growing. So when you're an addict, as they describe an addict, you know, I hear a lot of words when people describe addicts. Yeah. They describe addicts, they describe disease. But in my world, I was an addict. Okay, I was an addict. I would wake up at 8 in the morning. First thing I thought about was coke. And the second thing was comedy. And how was I going to get the money for the coke to do the comedy?
Doing cocaine comedy.
And that's an addict. That's an addict. And guess what? I have the rent money, but the rent's not due till the 5th. So even though it's the 29th and I got the rent money, I'm good till Monday, bitch. All bets are off. And guess what? It's Halloween Thursday. I'm going to tell you I'm going to stay clean for Halloween, but I'm buying an 8-ball and 10 Quaaludes just to start the party off. And that's how you think. That's how you think. So I know I was sensitive at the 90-day mark. I'm trying to think back to, because after, I spoke to Bert 2 days ago, and I said, how's it going? And he goes, I feel good. And he said something that made me very happy. He goes, I think I'm going to give this a shot.
Yeah.
I really want to give this a shot. I'm feeling that much better. Do you feel the change after
Oh, absolutely.
a year?
Absolutely.
Where do you see changes?
I started enjoying going out and seeing, I like taking long walks now, check out the neighborhood. I'm getting into more of the animals out there. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm recognizing a lot of things that I missed when I was growing up, just the reaction of people and how they talk to each other. Sometimes I would just stay in my room, just watch TV and get on the internet. But I feel more strength, I feel more it definitely builds up your confidence. But it's you go back and you see your friends still doing it, and they're older than you, and they still pull out a bump. It's like, it kind of trips me out, because I was going, man, I go, you still keep it in a file? You still do that little bump? And he goes, yeah, man. But they just they continue, they stay in one spot, but they get more aware about how it had some good times on it, had some bad times on it, right? And they still have a fight about how they screwed up, and they always say it's not coke or pot. But I felt a change I'm more responsible. I can smoke a lot of cigarettes, though. That's not too good. But other than that, man, I feel that I'm having my shows go by quicker. I don't have to feel like I'm struggling through them. And,
are you bringing a sober partner with you on the road?
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, I bring Barry Diamond. No, Barry Diamond goes with me on the road.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic, man. We're playing Ontario this week.
But is he sober?
Oh yeah, he's completely sober, man.
How old is Barry now?
You know what? I don't know how old he is, but
good guy.
No, good, funny dude.
Good guy.
Hilarious.
Good time. First time I saw him was in that movie with Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah, Bachelor Party. And I fell in love with him. I knew he was a wild man, and then right.
You'd see him up at the store, and
some wild material.
Yeah, he's still a wild man. But for me, I think the first 2 years I was on eggshells until I could actually believe that I was clean. Like, actually believe, like, this is not
right.
Like, I have more than $18 in my ATM account. I get up early in the morning. You said the word confidence. I started counting on myself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the more I could count on myself, the better I could make myself. Like, I figured out everybody in LA, you have a meeting with somebody at Jerry's Diner.
Right.
You're 15 minutes late. Everybody else is 20 minutes late. And people are like, oh, sorry, the traffic. Well, bitch, you grew up in LA.
Right, you should know better.
You grew up in LA. And my responsibility is to be there. So I started getting sharper in those things.
Right, yeah.
I grew balls back. I wasn't an addict anymore.
Right.
So when you told me to go fuck myself now, my first reaction used to be, and I would go, you know what? I'm going to end up in jail, and then I can't snort. So let me just walk away from this situation, which didn't make me look bad. It made me feel bad, because I should have choked those fucking guys for saying that to me.
Right.
I realized that I wasn't an addict no more. That was a man again. I make a statement to people. I didn't become a man until I was 44, when I made the decision to get that out of my life. Like, that was when I became a man. I didn't know it till like 47. But all these little things are what made me better, and I want the same for you, and that's why I want you to come on the podcast every 6 weeks and report.
Yeah, man.
Because this will give you something, even if you relapse. We don't give a fuck.
Man.
Nobody gives a fuck. I tried to quit from I think I started quitting in 2004.
Right.
You know, for anybody who knows anything about quitting drugs or whatever, hey, if you do it cold turkey, God bless you. But I started quitting like in 2004.
Right.
By 2007, I was on heroin. And I'm like, this shit ain't really working.
Yeah,
My system isn't working. So I have to figure out another system.
Wow.
I knew rehab was not the answer.
Right.
I knew at that level rehab was not the answer.
Very expensive.
I knew that people had gone in and out of rehabs, and I figured out something one day that was just amazing. I go, you know what? When you watch Carlito's Way,
Right.
he says that he had a counselor in prison that told him that, you know, you could run and run and run, but one day you just can't run no more.
Right.
And, you know, the life I was living, it was running. Every day I was hustling a package.
Really?
You know, selling coke, trying to make this. And, you know, it's stressful.
Right.
It's stressful. That's too much stress.
Oh yeah, I mean,
gotta
too much to think about. Too much to put on.
Too much to think
and
about.
too much
Is
energy.
it going to be there? Is it going to not be there? Will I make my set?
Right.
You know, you call the guy, he's going to meet you at 7-Eleven in Magnolia at 8:30. You got a 9:15 in fucking Oxnard. You know, you really make yourself believe that.
Yeah.
That you're going to meet him at 8:30 and make it to Oxnard in 10 minutes. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're late. I'll never forget doing something towards the end that was, the improvs got really pissed at me.
Right.
Like the improvs had heard bits and pieces of what I was doing. But one night they gave me a chance. I forget the guy's name. Fred, Ed.
Okay. Was it the Oxnard or was it?
This is on Ontario.
Okay.
He was one of the owners or something of marketing, a senior VP.
Okay.
He was an older guy hanging around at the improvs. I don't think he liked me, you know, as it was. And I had gotten the longest yard, and they were trying to, you know, I spoke to Hartman one day. And,
Right.
you know, he said, okay, we'll start giving you break-off nights, whatever. And he came through, Hartman came through, and they gave me Wednesday and Thursday at the Ontario Improv. And all I had to do was, it was either Wednesday and Thursday and do radio Thursday morning.
Right.
No, I'm lying to you. I had to do, they wanted me to go into Ontario. They got me a hotel
Yeah. Get your hotel.
on a Tuesday.
Right.
And they wanted me to get up for radio Wednesday and Thursday.
Right. You need to like two piece.
Or Wednesday.
Yeah. Usually it's both. You know.
And I drove from Hollywood to Ontario, checked in, went to my room, set up the sleep apnea machine, the whole thing, laid down, ready to go to sleep. And I said, I need a bump. And I got back in my car, drove the hour 10 to Hollywood.
Right.
Got a package.
Right.
And drove the hour 10 back to Ontario. And I stayed up till 8. I didn't get back to Ontario till midnight, 12:30. You know, I had to stop. In those days, I would stop and get one beer.
Oh, God.
Like just one beer to kill the initial bump, and then I would go on water after that.
Right.
And I, you know, the radio guys were outside calling. I'm not answering. The hotel's banging on the door. I got the lock. They can't open.
Yeah.
And I think I just said, I'm sick. I got the flu. But they knew what time it was. I ended up having like 24 people there on Wednesday, 12 on Thursday. And I got a call like a week later, like, lose our number.
Right.
Like the fucking improvs told me to lose their number. Like, you know, like this type of shit. Like this, and this is like February of 2000.
Yeah. Okay. 20 years
So
ago.
I was worried I couldn't open for Rogan at the improvs. But they were like, no, you could open
You can
for
still
Rogan.
show your balls. No.
No. At that time, no. And they were like, you know, it's so funny how you do something a couple times and people go crazy over it. I stopped showing my balls in like 2002.
Right.
Once I got MADtv, I can't be showing my balls.
Let's go to the
no
clip.
more. But I showed my balls in Brea. I would open up my zipper and just let my balls hang out and go on.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. People would go nuts.
They would go nuts.
why.
Some people would watch
They
you
go
for a
almonds.
minute, and then they would just go like, "What the
Is that
fuck
almond milk? No.
I would just let the two balls out.
Can you imagine what would happen if you did that now in
Oh,
2019?
they throw you out of the jail. they throw you under the jail. And you know, this is just to show you how crazy I was. There was a video of me that Rogan and Chris McGuire made of me jumping through Rogan's poster. And I was naked and I would dance. And they shot it in Brea. In the old Brea, next to the movie theater.
Yeah, the movie theater, yeah.
And oh my God, I got a call that Tuesday from the Improv. And they're like, are you fucking nuts? You shot it right under the Improv sign. Like I was just, you know, it was like one disaster after another.
Right.
But that is the scrapnel result of an addiction. It's that your life is a fucking zigzag. So, you know, you get flat tires.
Yeah,
you just, you know,
you get
it's just a curse of bad luck.
Planes change at the last minute. You know, it's not your fault, but then sometimes you got to change them yourself, and they don't believe you. And it's,
no. And then everything that could happen is going to happen.
Right.
So on top of what I'm creating in my life is now throwing curveballs down my fucking throat.
Yep.
You know, you plan on, is this what you want to do?
Yeah, that most definitely, man. I want to get into, you know, whatever comes. But right now, I'm just saving my money.
How old are you now?
I'm 50 years old.
You know, Pablo, when I saw that documentary for Ray Charles,
yeah,
and it said that he got sober at the age of 60, my heart stopped. I'm like, I can't do this till I'm 60.
Oh, no way, man.
Like, yeah, I don't know what the age was. Somebody check it for me or whatever. What, you know, at the end it said that he did heroin to the age of 60-something.
Wow.
You know, that petrified me. Like, I just had a lot of signs.
Right. Of that.
Telling me to stop.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, religion gets involved too. You know, he's thinking about, you know, your life, and the older you get, and you're gonna keep, or you're gonna still be doing this, and you know, you see your friends do. I see my friends do it, and I would drink, and you know, it's like, oh man, I'm back to going back to that same lifestyle sometimes, and I just go.
Well, that's the next topic we got to cover.
The next topic
that I had to change, and I was just talking to somebody last night about this. My brother was on the phone with me, and he asked me some questions about some shit. About a particular person or something. I go, no, I haven't spoken to that person in years. And he asked me, why not? And I said, because my relationship with that person was strictly cocaine.
Right.
And
buying.
Something else. No, I wasn't buying from him. It wasn't a dealer.
It was a chemical.
Somebody I had grown up with, or somebody I had known.
Chemical friendship.
Like that. And I said to him, you know, it's weird. And I hate to say this on the podcast, but someday you'll have to do it when it's a, you know, you know how they say you have growth spurts when you're a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Dennis Rodman had like a 7-inch growth spurt when he was 19 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the weirdest things. We have growth spurts in life.
Okay.
And part of that growth is looking around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2007, I actually had to look around when I got off the coke and see who was working
right,
and who wasn't working, what was working and what wasn't working. It's a tough decision to make.
Right.
Especially when you're a person like me that cares about his friends.
Right.
But you also have to care about your future. This is what I want to do.
Right.
So these are, don't worry about it, Lee.
In 66.
He got clean at 66.
No, in 66. I'm just trying to see how old he was.
Well, he died like, what, in 80, Ray Charles?
Oh, that's not true. Oh, yeah, at 66. Yeah, I'm guessing. That's crazy.
He got clean at 66 years old?
I think so. It's hard to find.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
64. Don't worry about it. It's
okay.
Just to prove a point. I just didn't want to be that. Right. I knew that if at 64, if I was still doing coke,
right.
I saw a Joe Diaz with no hair, no teeth. You know, I saw a Joe Diaz that was 400 pounds. I knew nothing would get better.
Right.
So that's when I started thinking about getting sober, trying.
Right.
You know, like, how the fuck can I live a couple lives? Like, I have a couple friends now that are hitting our age.
Right.
And they're still drinking like, you know,
yeah,
it's 1988. And they have no successes in their life. I could tell they're not happy. Some of them, we just fell by the wayside.
Right.
Because a lot of things, what happens now also is that people are like, hey man, I was tight with you for years doing comedy, and now I'm not even in your fucking world.
Right.
In your radar anymore. I'm still like an open micer. So I lost them because we just don't really, you lose them. But there was two things. For me to get clean,
Right.
and there was a point with comedy that I said, I got to take all of these people out of the Rolodex.
Right.
They just bring me down. And I know like three people in particular
right.
that I like the name, but I wouldn't because there was like three agents in particular.
Right.
Three people who had all the potential to help me. Here I was friends with them. I was kissing their ass. I would work hard for them or whatever, and we weren't getting nowhere. And one day I said, you know what? Not only am I not going to work with them no more, I'm cutting them out because they're the kiss of death. They got this guy on the roster or this guy on the roster. I don't want to be at the same roster as Screech.
Yeah.
So who do you got? Joe Diaz, Pablo, and Screech. I'll call you back tomorrow. I just...
No callbacks.
For me to make these leaps in life, you have to leave some luggage behind.
Right.
And sometimes luggage is people. Sometimes you can't take those people
Absolutely,
with you.
man.
You can't take them with you. And even though you love them, whatever.
You party, but it's the only thing you have in common.
Yeah,
is
that's
partying.
it.
That's it.
That's it. They're
And
not
when it's
doing
sober,
nothing
it's
for
like
comedy.
there's no comedy. Yeah,
They're not sucking your dick.
Right.
They're not doing nothing.
Right. I'm not
All
coming
I
over.
gotta, all I'm getting a call is for this, and
You got
that's it.
some?
The rest of the time, and I lost, 20 of those people.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And people that I actually loved, that I still think about today, and I know they're still doing it. It's not like kids that I grew up with or nothing like that. It's people that I met along the journey. That every time I would go to Pittsburgh, they would show up with an 8-ball.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I would show up to Nashville, they would show up with an 8-ball. Every time I showed up to Atlanta, they would show up with an 8-ball. Every time I showed up into Miami, they brought half the ship. There were certain people in every market that I had that, and it was rough to say to them, no, I'm coming in and I'm going out. And they're like, well, am I going to see you? Not really. Well, don't you want to party?
Yeah.
I got this chick that lets me fuck her in front of people. I really don't, I had all that creepiness.
Yeah. Well,
I had pounds of creepiness, It's not even peer pressure. It's like...
It's just, they expect, hey, listen, I'm going back to the hotel. They can't even take that as
No. I had the only success I had was in finding cocaine. I was like a successful treasure hunter. That's the only success I ever had. There was a period there where I would bump into cocaine even if I didn't want it. It was like a curse.
Wow.
Like, you really want it? We're going to give it to you. So everybody I met had coke. I'd go to an airport, get a flight delay, and the guy next to me would say, you want a bump? Tell me you don't have a bump. Not only do I have a bump, I got a half ounce on me. We're delayed for 9 hours. I got 1,000 of those stories, getting delayed in Aspen, in Denver, and having to put your coke in the locker.
What the
And then taking like a gram out at a time. And going, I'm going to go to the bar and snort. Because in those days, the airports didn't close.
Yeah.
The bars were open 24 hours in an airport. Till 5. They were closed for 1 hour. They were closed for 1 hour for the janitor to come in and wipe down the bar and steam it. Yeah. And another bartender would come and say, you would buy 6 beers and just sit there until 6 a.m.
Good God, that was a day. Those were the days,
Your
man.
flight's at 8. You're going to sleep on the flight. You're going to sleep on the flight at 8. I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazier world. But,
So, like, a year in, how often are you feeling the urge to be like, fuck it, let's just go get some more coke?
A year in, you're still skittish. Are you skittish, Pablo?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you skittish?
Yeah, I get skittish, big time, man.
For me, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And this is, because for everybody it works differently. Do I believe in the 12-step program? I fucking do it 100%.
Right, absolutely.
Whether it's food, whether it's gambling, whether it's, why? Because you get to be around people who have the same problems as you and they have the answers to your questions. One of those one of those meetings,
it's going to get something.
Have the answer to your questions. Trust me. I went to 1,000 of those meetings that I didn't want to go to. Right. And if I tell you that sometimes I was bored, that's the truth. But I got to tell you that sometimes I took some great info out there.
Yeah.
First of all, I stopped feeling pity for myself because even though I was homeless, this motherfucker lost an eyeball. He did so much coke, his fucking nose collapsed.
Oh, God.
Stepped him down, man. So when you go there, you
playing a kazoo right through his.
I remember one time when I went to one of the first times I went to Weight Watchers.
Right.
The girl said to me, she goes, if you think these are bad in Hollywood, go to the control groups, they call them, or something.
Yeah, women's
group. It was like
group.
a Wednesday night. It wasn't a women's group. It was like a Weight Watchers group.
Right.
Fucking, I went down there, and I was the fattest guy in the room, and I felt good when I left because I heard people crying. And I could tell that these people go home at night and eat a whole bag of cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're crying even though they go home. I don't know what we're doing. You know what you're fucking doing. You're going home at night, you're eating a whole box of fucking donuts. That's what you're doing, you know? And you know, so going to a 12-step, I think, is great for anybody. It wasn't going to work for me. Like, I knew I wasn't going to go to the meetings. I knew that one day I'm going to get up and go, fuck all you motherfuckers. You know? I just worked the 12 steps without going to meetings. I did the evaluation. I did step 4.
Right.
I did all those things, you know. I gave myself up to a higher God. You know, once I started doing those things, I started doing those things in my life. I took those 12 steps and I worked them in different aspects of my life. Again, you can't apologize to everybody.
Right.
But you got to apologize to most people, and they'll take your apology, and that takes a ton of weight off your shoulders.
Big time.
You know.
Yep.
You know, I called all those club owners that are probably still waiting for me at the airport.
Yeah, but it's
Keep the club open till 9. Tell them that the show's
you can take my week's pay, man. You just
it was just crazy. I remember guys going, so are you going to be here or not? And I would be playing with them at this point. Yeah, my plane's coming at 8:40. All right, we'll push the show back till 9.
Oh, God.
Just cancel. You can't be this dumb. Once the guy's not there at 4, cancel.
Right.
Go. Tomorrow night, sorry people, we'll give you a 15 back. We'll give you a coupon off to come see Ralph Carey play the drums or whatever the fuck it is.
How long did it take you to earn that trust back for some of those clubs?
50% of those clubs aren't even around.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay. The other 50%, it took a while. It took a while of showing up with other people. Sorry, you're not going to hire me anymore as a personal thing. But if I see Pablo's down there, I'll come down, and when Pablo's there, I won't drink. I'll do 20 minutes for Pablo, and I'll get in my car and go home. And then it took about 2 years, and then the guy from Dan, from the Improv, called me like in 2009.
Right.
And he said, will you start a room here? And I go, well, they're mad at me. And he goes, I'll take care of that. And the rest was history. There was never a problem there anymore once I got off the coke.
It's crazy how like something that's so like just a night can like fuck up years of your life.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's heavy stuff sometimes those nights. You know, could be a manager just starting and he's giving out refunds. You know, he doesn't like that too much. And yeah, it's just your word and your promises you make to these guys. Just about, you know, I'm going to be right there, and then you don't show up. Yeah, it gets.
And we do a tough job. I'm not patting myself in the back. Breaking my hand to pat myself in the back, but we go to a place that's called The Road. And The Road is a great place to do comedy and for musicians and stuff. But it also has a lot of pitfalls. Yeah, Joey, well, what pitfalls? Pitfalls are, you know, me, Pablo, Artie Lang. Once the word gets out that you party, people come to those shows with the intention.
You can say anything
Of you party.
on the radio. You can just say, "Get some Theranol." We'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've had people say to me, I've been on the road for 20 years, and not one time have I gotten coke. Talk about it on the radio.
Yeah.
I haven't done coke in 4 days, but I'm ready to rock, and everybody will laugh and giggle. But there's some motherfucker at the house going, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm going down there to bring him some shit to kill his wig. And next thing you know, and women show up with coke, with drugs or whatever, you know. And I've had road stories where your tongue will drop. Women who've shown up with dates.
Yeah.
And have
Combination drugs, too. You get crystal in there. You're
and they'll say, I'm
eating that
coming
box
back
like
in an hour.
fucking Busta Rhymes,
I'm
man.
gonna go drop this fucking thing off and come back and get you with coke. And it's, you see addiction. Like I sit here and think about it now. You know, I always tell my book agent, I want to write a couple books. I got a couple books in me because it took me, and I think every addict has this, that they look back at their drug use and go, I could write a book on the steps of the detox. You know, it's like when you quit smoking cigarettes, there's a guide somewhere. I think it's online. the 7 first days. What happens within the 24 hours you don't smoke cigarettes?
Right.
What happens within 24 hours, 74 hours, a week, 3 months, 9 months, 12 years? They tell you what happens to you. Do you think you saved? Like, I know for a fact, Pablo, that when I got high the night before, my comedy on stage the next day would also be 50-50. I felt disconnected.
Yeah, it does take it away sometimes, man. It's kind of spooky. You try to think about it, and then it would take it away just when I would get on stage, and then I get it back. But yeah, I started finding out that I couldn't, stay. I couldn't last too long, man. I was to do like 20 minutes, when I was supposed to do a half hour or whichever. But it's just good God, man, and forgetting a lot of things.
Did you ever get high and go on stage?
Oh, many times.
The night before?
Oh, yeah, many times. I get good sets, but, did I have a good set? Sometimes I just go up there and just tell the jokes real quick, jump into topic to topic, spin it around, get an idea, write it down. So I had other friends that were doing it too with me, on the road. And, it'd be like we'd challenge each other, but then we'd drink. And it was just a game of just, it wasn't a game, it was just partying, doing shows. It's like, it's incredible the people you meet there. They come right in the green room, they start partying, you just gotta let them do it. But next thing you know, you're on stage during the first show, go, man, I know they're doing bumps back there. The second show comes, okay, I want to do a bump with them. And then everything starts changing. So
how's your life changed in the last year?
Save money. I got money, but what else? Just my health is better. I got more strength, and the ideas come a little bit more clear. But other than that, man, it's just I'm still smoking cigarettes. So just popping those things.
Listen, we all can't be 100% perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, cigarettes,
okay,
man.
Just remember that. Listen, cigarettes don't make you cancel a gig. Cigarettes don't make you
get a jet.
Do cigarettes don't make you do a lot of things that cocaine would. The impulse that you get from doing coke. Like right now, between you and I still have 3 or 4 qualities left from doing coke and I haven't done coke in 12 years. Like after effects that sometimes I laugh when I'm doing. Right. I have more control now in my body and my mind. I see sometimes that you have still after effects, like there's still some residue, not with your speech, but with
my speech. My speech, I find myself, but I was always like that since I was 3rd grade. But it's I have noticed that I still haven't articulated some of my language.
No, it takes time.
Yeah,
I know that sometimes with your speech and with your, I have the same thing, the same little manic presence that you have, because I noticed it.
And people go, man, you're making people nervous. I go, man, I'm feeling good right now. I'm adrenalized, but
no, it takes a while to lose all those.
Oh, absolutely.
But listen, man, I'm happy you're putting it together. That's what I
want,
man.
You
there's a lot of people that listen to these podcasts and they get different things from them. I think this is the one that hits home the hardest with this podcast. Is when people come on here and share their struggles, to let people know that we put our pants on one leg at a time. I don't ever want this podcast, when I listen to a podcast and I feel like I'm getting talked down to, that's the end of that's the end of this podcast. I've always wanted this podcast to let people know that, it's like when Motley Crue got clean. They went on the road with sober coaches and the guys cook meals for them. That costs $5,000.
Oh, yeah, man, big time.
That costs $5,000 a day. So for somebody who right now is in Ohio and is eating opiates, they're like, Joey, you're not doing nothing good for me. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about if I sat here and said, call David Raphael.
Yes.
He's, he'll go everywhere with you and hold your hand. Not everybody is financially strapped.
Oh, absolutely.
To do that. I know a coach from here right now that is in New York. With and he tells me these situations. He's a sober coach, a professional, 6-figure, year gangster.
Right.
Okay, but him and I have heart to hearts.
Right. So,
In fact, I know two guys. One of them is a comic, but I don't really know him as well to have heart-to-hearts.
right.
But the thing he tells me the most about his sober coaching is, it's like anything else. He gets a lot of, his biggest age group is 19 to 25.
Okay.
And it's rich parents.
Yep.
Rich parents that, not that they've given up on the child, but the child has put them through so much over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Car crashes,
Yep.
debt, theft, whatever the fuck
Credit
it
card,
is,
that shit. Yeah.
that he got. They just want a breather. And they have these sober coaches you go to a meeting with every day.
And then sometimes he drops a urine on you.
Yeah, he drops a urine on you. He cooks for you. He trains you. I mean, this guy gets big money.
Yeah.
You know, he started here and now he's like nationally known, you know, so.
Right.
But not everybody could afford that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So you've been to, I don't know how many rehabs.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
They never really seem to work. They just slow you down a little bit.
Yep.
They just slow the process down. And you learn what to tell them to get yourself out of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
it's
learn what to
expensive.
tell them. Right.
Betty Ford turned into barely afford. You know,
Yeah,
so
barely afford. And you know, you learn what to tell them to get out of there. But you and I both know that you're going to have Chico pick you up and he's taking you to the first spot you're going to.
Right.
May not be the first spot. Maybe you'll get some tacos first to get the proper nourishment. But the second spot you're going to is to fucking my man's house to pick up a package. How do I know? Because I've done it. When I was in the halfway house, I would have to go see a drug counselor. I'd blow smoke up his ass for an hour.
Right.
And I remember still going right from there to the drug dealer's house and going, this motherfucker.
You're celebrating because you went to the...
Yeah, this guy didn't work today. You know, I went to acupuncture to deal with cocaine issues. I told her the truth from the beginning.
Really?
And every week
They put a little needle in you?
Yeah.
Jones
She'd stick a needle in me. You would take it to go. It was a needle that would stay in you for 3 days.
What? It goes in your nerve? Your
Like
cocaine
it would go
nerve?
in your earlobe. It's like a staple, and she would leave it in there, and it would fall out after 3 days.
We just click
And I still remember snorting coke and be playing with it, like going, Lord, please take this feeling away. And I would do a line of coke and fucking hold on to my ear. But in a way, I learned about acupuncture. Because if I was you, Pablo, I'd go to acupuncture. I'll tell you why. Because acupuncture helps you build up your chi. And if it helps your little fucking chakra zones and it builds up your chi.
Builds up the chi.
There's times I sit there at night and I go, how the fuck did I get clean? I'll tell you what else I still have from my cocaine days.
What's that?
The 8 p.m. anxiety. From 7:45
Would you get paranoid? You get
to about 8:20, I get into a weird mood.
a combination of death and future.
No. I just get into it's self-agitating. That's a little effect from my cocaine days, because by 8:20 I wanted to know I had it, or I was gonna get it, or it was on the way, or it was in my pocket.
Wow.
For me to rest. So till this day, from 7:45 to 8:20 at night,
That's when
I start getting aggravated. Like, if my wife gets up from the living room too many times, I tell her,
Is it because you have an open window during that time? You could probably...
just don't know. That's the only, and it's not like I'm getting up to go get blown. That's the least of my problem. Nothing like that. No, nothing like that. Just, it's the old anxiety I would get.
Right, those...
With the coke. You know, I'm not going to pick up the coke at 10. It's New Year's.
Right.
It's New Year's. You're 20 years old.
Right.
Okay? You're 19. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between New Year's when you're 19 and New Year's when you're 30? You don't start drinking at 2 in the afternoon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would start getting excited about cocaine at 7:45. Once I knew Lee picked it up from Pablo, and it's on the way to the Comedy Store, unless he gets hit blindsided by a truck,
oh my God,
I'm getting my cocaine.
Yeah.
That's it. My sweaty palms wouldn't be no more. I'd get in the shower happy. I'd wash my balls good.
Pick up
and
the
I
package.
knew I was getting my package.
Get your
so it would
Rumplemans.
take care of that anxiety.
Yeah.
Do you write every day about your progress?
I don't down do a journal. I don't do that. I just.
I think it's time, Pablo.
Maybe I
next
should, but I
time-
hate I look like what is it, those Jeopardy contestants? I just draw like that. I can't. My pen is just. I type it out.
No, you don't even type it out. Write it with your hand like you're in the 6th grade.
All right.
Today is my fucking year and a half. And
Dear Cocaine, today we met Arnold Suarez. Yes.
it's been 2 years since our last encounter.
Yes, I like you, Joey. There's no lying in you. You're right. Can't say that to the rest of your organization, okay? Talking about Omar Suarez. You really got to put place. So, a little Scarface action, but yeah.
You're not allowed to watch Scarface either.
You can't watch Scarface? Can I watch Carlitos Way? There I was.
Because you might go
Cuba.
Because you might go off the fucking deep end with Tony. So you're not even allowed to.
No
I
Carlitos Way.
don't even want you standing next to people with white suits on.
Oh,
You know what I'm
God.
saying? 'Cause you
right.
never know. You might get a flashback from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Keep me posted. I want you on the show every 6 weeks.
Okay, man.
If you relapse, you let us know because you're our own little human experiment.
Right on, man.
Our goal in the church is to keep Pablo sober.
There you go.
So from now on, every time you do a show, there'll be a church representative there reporting back to me. Because that's what they usually do. They report back to me.
Yeah,
Right?
watch out. He does have some spies.
I have tons of spies, and they report back to me.
That's ready
And you're a great comic, so they'll come watch you.
Hey, man.
They'll come watch you and go,
You know,
holy fuck.
Get a urine test after this show.
I was going to say they'll bring a urine test for you.
You still got Pablo Francisco, what is it, .com?
Yep, .com. PabloFrancisco.com. You go to my Twitter, Pablo_Francisco. Check me out. Come check me out at Ontario Improv this week, too. It's going to be fun.
Thursday through Saturday.
Same, yeah.
Or you do Sundays, too. You
We do Sundays, too. We got 2 shows on. We have 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
You've always been a beat. I remember when they used to, every cancellation at Irvine, they gave you, and I think I caught 2 of those feature, actually. They were tremendous.
It's fun, man.
Like, you working with Pablo and Irvine again. Not for nothing. Weren't we just there last month?
Yeah. Memories.
But they fucking loved it. That was 98, Pablo.
Wow.
98.
Seems like yesterday, man.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday, man.
That's
Wow.
21 fucking years ago. I know you. You were a kid, Pablo.
Still got the 280ZX, too.
You gave me work, and I still love you for it.
Right on, man.
You still got the 280?
Still got the 280.
What year is it?
280ZX is 81, and I still got that bad boy. Rebuilt the engine, looking sweet.
You drive it
Yes, I do, but not today.
full time?
No, not full time. Just sometimes in Melrose, and take it back. But it was my pizza car. So it's looking good. Runs great. Go here right to New York in no time. So it's all good, man. It's all good.
Keep
yeah.
telling yourself that.
Right on, bro.
I'll get to New York. You'll break down in Kansas City and be crying. What am I going to do?
Good.
And then you're done. Once you break down in Kansas City, all you need to see a black guy with that look in his eye, and you're done.
There you go, man.
You end up in a fucking crack haven.
Yeah. Oh my God. Crack. Oh God. You want to rock or you want to Altoid?
You got to look at things from the bright side from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to go see my man Pablo over in did I say Pablo? Yeah, Pablo over in the Ontario Improv this weekend. Me, I got Dick. I got the Omaha Funny Bone, the 9th and the 10th of fucking November, and then we got Miami Thanksgiving weekend, the 29th and 30th. There's still tickets left for the second show at Town Hall in New York City. That's it for the year. You motherfuckers are fucked if you don't come see me in either Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know how far Omaha is out of your way. The other place, the Miami Improv, Thanksgiving weekend, or the Town Hall in New York City. Go get your tickets. But before we go anywhere, I got to talk to you people about something. Like I told you before the show started that, sometimes I run heavy. And I got to tell you something. The thing that covers me the most, the thing that's made a big difference is CBD Lion. And I use the tincture under my tongue at night before I go to sleep. I sleep better. I don't get up. Last night I went to bed at 12 and I got up at fucking 7:45 and I hadn't gotten up at all night. I slept steady. And that's CBD Lion. Whether it's the tincture, I go with those raspberry gummies. Any of the gummies, whether it's the strawberry, the raspberry, the orange, they're fucking delicious. You're going to love them. Do me a favor. Listen, go to their website. They got third-party test lab results so you know what you're getting. This isn't some fucking liquor store CBD or this is you get CBD, you get check cash in place. This is the real deal, Holyfield. You're getting that from your Uncle Joey. So go to CBDLion.com right now and press in church and get 20% off your first order. Also, bitches, I don't know what else to tell you. Listen, if you found the yardstick on the street, would you pick it up or would you keep walking like the mook that you are? You'd pick it up. So why do you keep picking winners and you're not fucking betting on them? You had a feeling Houston was going to come back. You knew it, but you don't got the fucking balls. That's why I go to my bookie. It's fast, it's easy, and they pay when you win. I mean, let's face it. Where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on. If you're trying to bet on the NFL, baseball, MMA, whatever, my bookie's got it. I wouldn't be telling you guys to bet with them if they weren't the best. Now, do the smart thing. If you're going to bet football, basketball season, which is right now, bet with my bookie. Did you know you can still bet on games after they fucking start? Listen, if you're the type of guy or woman that likes to bet a little and win a lot, try a parlay. If at all your picks come through, you multiply your winnings. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No matter how you bet, the NFL season has that time of the year. You got NBA, NFL, college, fucking NHL, UFC. You got this weekend, Diaz versus Masvidal. You got a bunch of shit. This is it. MyBookie.ag right now. Today, bitch, start your account. With a deposit, they're going to double your first deposit. Use promo code CHURCH, CHURCH, to get a 100% bonus on your initial deposit up to $1,000. Who the fuck is going to do that for you? MyBookie.ag. Today, right now. Go to MyBookie.ag and don't forget to use promo code CHURCH. Why? Because you play, you win, you get motherfucking paid. That's my bookie. MyBookie.ag. Grab that fucking pen. My bookie. You play, you win, you get paid. Listen, let me tell you something. We're living in a society that everybody's trying to get healthy. If you want to get healthy, you could start with this. Ready? Grab a pen. Athletic Greens. You're like, Joey, what's Athletic Greens? It's an awesome supplement that gives you big dick swinging energy all day long. If you're not starting your day off with a blast of vitamins, you already lost the war. Go back to bed. Why are you bothering people with your bad attitude? But if you want to feel tip-top magoo, let Athletic Greens do the dirty work. You're like, Joey, what's Athletic Greens? In one scoop, you get 75 essential vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, raw superfoods, mushrooms, the whole foods. They got everything. No more pill bottles or trying to choke down a dozen apples. It's all in there. The best part, the powder comes in an easy-to-use travel pack. I love this, guys. When I'm on the road, you throw them in my bag, just like the ones Pablo sent me. I know I'll be protected. You drink Athletic Greens. It's like a daily insurance policy between you and your body. I drink this, then I have a little fun. You guys see me on stage. You're like, where do you get that energy at 57? Athletic Greens. And you can relax because their ingredients are all plant-based. If you're on keto or gluten-free, you can take this. No chemicals, no artificials, flavors, no artificial preservatives, no sweeteners, no added sugars, no GMOs, no herbicides, pesticides, wheat. I know Lee's not eating wheat this week. Dairy, gluten, corn, lactose, you name it. They don't got it. No animal products, no egg, no yeast, no peanuts. Guys, you need to take care of yourself, and that's why I recommend supplements to everybody. It's easy. Just add cold water and shake it up. That's it. You can take that banana and shove it up your fucking ass. What are you waiting for? Athletic Greens. Listen, the church family today gets a special offer, all right? 20 free travel packs valued at $79 with your first purchase. That's it. Jump over to Athletic Greens. Grab a pen. ATHLETIC greens.com. Church. That's it. Get your travel packs today. That's athleticgreens.com/church. Athletic Greens. Fucking tremendous. And when you take a shit, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I want to thank my bookie. I want to thank Athletic Greens. I also want to thank CBDLion.com for being the animals that they are. And I want to thank my brother Pablo Francisco for coming in and rocking this motherfucker. Don't forget to set your DVRs for Wednesday. I'm going to be on David Spade's show Wednesday night. Tape it, live it, fucking love it. If I don't see you in Omaha, I'll see you in Miami. Stay black, have a great fucking Tuesday, and tell them all to suck your dick. Uncle Joey sent you. Kick this fucking mule, Lee.